Why did channels drop out? Friday afternoon, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out. Checking out a problem with Restream. Anyhow, let's move on. Maybe it'll sort itself out. Maybe it won't. This came in for an LCD panel replacement, and that worked briefly. The problem was it was flickering, flashing real fast. Now, it wasn't losing picture. The light was just flashing on and off, and due to the brightness of the panel, with the light going on and off, if you paid attention, which was hard, from it blinding you when it was flashing, the picture would still be there, and then it would light back up and you would see it, backlight would go out, and you could see the picture, but it wasn't lit up. Changed the panel. This user left, called back, maybe the same day, maybe the next day, saying it's doing it again, brought it up to get worked on. I'm going to say it's a problem much deeper than the LCD. We do have another part. What? Right, when's it getting here?
It's going to be Monday, September 9th, or Wednesday.
Alright, if it's going to get here, it's coming in.
Yeah, why did you cancel the club?
Yeah, that's an idea. Did you cancel that one that you already ordered, though? That's the thing.
Oh, I know.
The one you ordered a while ago.
No, I didn't cancel that.
Okay, so that one's good. Alright, sorry about that. Back to it. The panel didn't fix the problem. We're going to take a closer look and see what we find. We're going to see if one remaining part. Is there any idea on that display cable? You might have to check your email to figure out who you got that one from. I can't remember. I thought that was a 2-day or 2 from like Ohio or Michigan or something. Tomorrow? On a Saturday? Woo! Alright, due to the fact that I don't want to risk another panel getting ruined, we're not going to even start this up. That was the problem that happened with this, was the display flickering on and on, the light flickering quickly. And generally that's a display problem, but it's when it gets like lines through it or the display goes in and out, but not the backlight. So let's continue with the tear down and see what we can find with this thing. I guess we should finish taking it apart.
Yeah.
This is part of our Friday train wreck. So, where can we crack in? Alright, we've gained access. Let's go ahead Yeah, I'm out of here in a little bit. It's Friday, remember. Anyhow. Alright, so first things first, we can take a look here. We can take a look here. Let's put it in a similar orientation. That's how it comes off of there. So if we're going to just flip it this way, we'll lay them side by side. What's that? Alright, so you've had a few moments to examine this, not close up, but let's get the super cam. Even though sometimes it's got the, what do you want to call it? Are we on that? Did we switch? That's the bird, that's the super cam. Even though it has, ooh, that's not pretty. Look at that. What is that? What is that wreck? We got rust. We've got corrosion. We've got a nice outline of the fan. Now let's take a look at the fan. That's something. I don't think sitting on a porch would do that to it. Maybe if you're sitting there in a rainstorm, letting it rain in the vent of the computer, possibly, or perhaps a drink was spilt and went right in the vent here, and the fan kind of blew it around a little. That could be. I heard a story about that, but the computer didn't get wet. The drink was just spilt. Let's take a closer look at that. We're gonna focus. Sony, you're letting me down. Okay. So we've got some rust on the screw. A lot of corrosion on that there. Some rust there. Wonderful. Let's get busy with it and see what we can accomplish. Love this A5100. You're going to have to deal with the chromatic aberration. I want to buy a better lens. Unfortunately, those lenses are about like $1,000. No supported channels. Good to know. Restream, what happened? Close that. So allegedly Restream. Let's click that channel on and off. That brought our channels back. Okay. Restream is throwing a fit with me. Sorry about that. We're going to kill Restream altogether. Go back to this one. Wow, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. So I hope the fan keeps working. That's a little scary. Do we have time to de-rust the screws? We'll find out. It's getting around to that hour. Okay, so looking... Oh, we've got a little dust here. Not bad. No actual little bit of sticky stuff. A whole lot of dried, corroded whatever that was. Some kind of alcoholic beverage with cream in it, perhaps. Milk and cookies. Did you get milk and cookies by your computer? Really? Dare you. once you do it. Alright, we got to pull the heatsink. We're going to definitely need to clean that up. And we've got much more to do here. See if we can get this problem sorted out. There is a display cable coming in the mail for this. If we fix what we're fixing today and the problem persists, then we're fixing potentially what two problems cause the flashing screen. If it still persists, then I would say no, this isn't a problem. That is, but I definitely think we're looking at a board problem. Okay, we've got a thermal compound. Let's go ahead and get a brush and clean that up. Let's go with some alcohol. We're running a little low. Alcohol and our faithful toothbrush. You know what? Let's do it. We got a little room here, why not? Is it enough to stop the corrosion? I don't know. We're gonna hope so. It's alcohol, it's cleaning up. It didn't actually start eating away the metal. The rust did on the screws holding the fan in though, so that is a bit concerning. This here. What can you clean this with that it won't come back? That's I guess that's the real question. Let's go ahead and pull that screw for the hinge as well. And any other screws that might be in the area rusted. We're going to take, since water got in there, we need to check out the power button as well, which is in this general vicinity. So we need to pull this other screw. Let's go back. And that is not coming out. That's actually broken loose. Alright, we got our display connector, DC jack, Wi-Fi wire, all out of the way. Check out our power switch. We've got a broken grommet right there. We're going to hot glue it. That's the only option we have. So let's get the gun on deck. Get it burning a hole through something while we work on other stuff. We still have to clean up that part, which is going to be wonderful. Alright. We might suggest, I don't think she's going to care, but I would love to suggest a top case replacement for this thing, for sure. That seems like a novel idea. Alright, can you find it, Sony? Can you find it? Did I go too close? We need the light. We need the light. Alright, light is dimmed down. So that doesn't look too bad. Let's see how close we can get it there. Doesn't look too bad, too corroded. We're going to take a quick brush over just to make sure. Doesn't look like anything really got on the power switch itself. The original LCD has a blown backlight. I actually saw it go out and refuse to light back up. So it flashed on and off enough times to actually kill itself. Perfectly good panel. If we can rip apart a similar panel, I will, and I will be putting a backlight back in that panel to have it. It's a 30 pin versus the very common 40 pin. I guess the 30 pins are common too. I've just seen way more 40 pins. All right, how much further do we got to go here? Wi-Fi card. Let's get it out and take a look at it to see if it has corrosion. Very clean, no form of corrosion whatsoever on it. All right, and then let's get back to the computer. I'm going to tear the whole board out and put a new board in. What is that? A little bit of something on the keyboard connector. Got the speaker connector. What is that? Trackpad, perhaps. Everything looks to be loose, minus the RAM. Let's go ahead and pull the screws for the motherboard and we'll take a look. What was this? Wi-Fi and then power switch. Same size. Okay. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully no more. Is that track? Yeah, it's trackpad. Okay, we're good pulling that. No actual corrosion that I can see on this particular board. It doesn't mean something isn't bad though, just because you can't see it with your eyes. And to sit down and diagnose it, yes. Could we? Yes. Are we going to? No, not on a Friday. We're going for the easy fix. RAM out. Alright, now let's compare the part. Maybe we have no choice but to repair that. Okay. So far, so good. Let's check the general shape. Looks good. Look at the model number, revision 1, 2015. So 9/15/2015 is a revision 1, and then 6/11/2015. Same board, ALH50, ABL52, LC 701P is what we're looking at. The model number right there. That's about as close as it'll focus reasonably. We got all that awful chromatic aberration. So it's a Windows 10 board. They're both Windows 10 boards. Very good. Looks like they did us right. All of our parts are here. Everything is lining up. Let's hope it is good. Go ahead and get this installed. Is that missing? Oh, I thought it was okay. I thought a port was missing for a second there. I was gonna start complaining. what do we do? Mount the board and then fight the ribbon cables to get them in? It seems like a novel idea, but yeah, maybe it will work. Maybe we can struggle and get them in. Let's clean that off real quick. I don't like it. Any corrosion can never be a good thing. It makes me wonder, did something make it actually into the laptop, or is that just build up? Let's go ahead and clean the reverse side. Make sure every cable's out. Let's mount this thing. Wrong one. My mistake. It actually goes there. Nothing happening out there in the chat. Of course not. There's no actual mount there. Okay. Got one. We know those two are good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there not another one? No. Alright, let's start with the ribbon cables. If time permits, we're also going to, how do I say that? Attempt to, I'm fairly 100% certain that the original LED panel from this particular computer has a blown backlight. Unless it just went out and never got the signal to turn back on, which could be the case. I don't see it being the case, but we will try the original panel and see what happens if time permits. All right, we have to put the button power switch will go back in there, and we have to glue that up and then replace our hinge. It will give the hinge a little bit more holding. What happens is when you have one of these spots break that hold the little, we actually zoom in there. When you have one of these little spots of plastic break that hold these in, and you can see one stuck on the hinge here, right here on the bottom, it's stuck there. It actually went right in this area. When one breaks, the other one's off and follows soon enough. So if it's something she wants to keep using and opening and closing, then a top case replacement is going to be the way to go with it. Get the Wi-Fi card in. What else can we do for the time being? Oh, let's finish putting it back together. And we have a few cables to route there, and then we have our power switch, which looks great. Let's put it in and then run the ribbon cable and then mount it down. Let's see what kind of trouble we're asking for on this one. Okay, so it plugs. Yeah. Boy, if I paid attention, I would have seen that. Okay, so it latches in that way, screws down. Everything seems to be where it needs to be right now. We've got a fan that we can put in. The hinge has to be down first. We'll do that momentarily. Right now, we are never going to get all that plastic back in there in place. Super glue would undoubtedly make a mess and glue our power switch in right there. Oop. Sorry about the motion sickness. Not trying to do that, but it happens. Spend the rest of the day messing with little plastic pieces, gluing them back together for them to break apart again. Oh boy, it's a tough call. I don't think that's our option. Let's go with the glue. Alright, alright, alright. What else can we do? Never the fun thing. Epoxy can work wonders. We don't have time for even some 5-minute epoxy today. We're actually just going to remove this. And then gives ourselves something to hold on to. As far as that is concerned, there's something to hold on to. And now we can put glue and press that in there where it needs to be. Do we have... You know what? We're out of super glue anyhow. We're going to unthread that so glue don't have a chance to seep and ooze, and go up in, and let's see if it's in proper alignment. If not, we'll rip it back out. Indeed it is. That will keep it where it needs to be. We're actually going to thread it in, or attempt to. there it goes. And of course you moved. We did not let you dry properly. Understand. Mirrors that screw way too long. If it was too long, I suppose it wouldn't fit, correct? Correct. So one goes, one will go here. Actually, let's try what is it? PB Blaster. Should prevent rust to an extent. Very little. We're going to swap out. Good enough. PB Blaster is some messy stuff. If you ever plan on using it, plan on cleaning your hand. The way it sprays out of there, stay far back from where you are using it. What else do we have? A fan. So we have a fan and also the heatsink to put back in. Just a peg? Yes, it is. One more thing to clean up. We'll do that and then start actually reassembling it. Well, I guess we can leave the whole entire bottom off and test. We can actually test the functionality before we wind all those screws in. All right, thermal compound, where are you? One thing about doing this, changing the motherboard, it's going to unactivate, it may unactivate Windows, which isn't going to be a fun thing. DC jack is alive and well. Before we put that in, perhaps display cable. That needs some new tape. Nothing should get pinched. Let's go ahead and apply this. You need very little for this style CPU, GPU. That's going to be almost too much, definitely. If the problem persists, continues, if this problem has perseverance and wants to harass us, so then we know the display cable arriving tomorrow will be the ticket out. I don't foresee the problem continuing. However, it is easy to make mistakes. Whoa! What just disconnected? What was that? Total lag. Alright. Let's plug our fan in so we don't get a fan error. Sounds like a novel idea at this point. And see what state Windows is in, provided it powers up and does what it was made to do. I don't like that we're missing one screw on the hinges, and if I'm not mistaken, those go through under the rubber feet. Indeed it does. For fun, we're going to put two in there now to help hold it. Whether they bottom out or not, I don't know, but we're at least going to check it out. See if we can get any type of more security to not break any more of the plastic. That, no good. We have some shorter screws, we'll use those. We just have to remember to take those back out before we rush and put it together. Okay. What is your story? Alright, our boot screen already passed. We're getting a Windows screen, and we need to let it log in and see if it starts flashing rapidly. I don't have any paperwork on this, so I may have to mute and call the customer, although it should just log in. Let's see. We got a spinner, maybe attempting some repairs after the couple power-offs. User, and it is logging in. Should we do away? Sure we will. We'll do away with the ring light for the day. Okay, and it is not rapidly. We are going to still install a new display cable once it gets here, and probably when she returns from vacation or wherever she's going, because let's go ahead and shut down before we do any more. The rust from the screws did start eating through the coating of, started eating through the black tape that wraps around the display cable. It's either black tape or like a tan or silvery tape that you see on it. So, oh boy, your Windows is not digging what we're doing to it. Okay, let's pop our light back on, dim it down as dim as it goes. Are you shutting down, or are you just playing games over here? There you go. Okay. Patience. Patience. You're doing rushing through life. Of course I don't believe in you rushing like that. Alright. Powered down. Let's remove these two screws. These are vital for it going back together. I got that stuff slipping around. Not cool. One other thing, let's at least attempt to clean all that out quickly. Still have a little bit of that rusty color. Can you put a bottom case in an ultrasonic cleaner? I don't know. What's the verdict on that? Who's tried it? Let me know. Now, in the future. Alright, we are tell you what, we could spend all day on that and probably never get it out of this composite, plastic, metal, whatever, polymer, composite, whatever you call it. But we did clean up all the corrosion and the rust for the most part. Let's get the rest of the alcohol off the case and go for it. We still have a few minutes. Let me check the actual time. 35. So my watch is off by a few. Can we get this bezel off without ripping the bottom off? I think it's one where we can. I don't see any screws hiding. I don't foresee the old LCD working. I'm fairly positive that the backlight got blown out on it, but we'll do the justice of checking. How's that? We'll check it out and see what happens with it. Just checking. That screw looked like it was longer than all the rest. Let's add our optical drive back. We're cutting it close, but we want to leave it with that question answered. Give me a moment here. I got a call. Make a phone call quick. We'll mute it when this guy gets on the line. For right now, let's crack open the display. Well, actually, we're going to shut our Sony camera down and go to the bird's eye view for the rest of this. That one coming off. Maybe I'm not. I don't think I'm getting an answer here today, people. What am I supposed to do? Just make this stuff up? Alright, here is our 30-pin LCD display. We're going to take and pull the couple screws, 4 screws that hold it in out. Alright, the display that was in it, or put into it, the display we're going to put back in if it works. I believe it has a blown backlight, but it could have just got the shut off signal for the light and not powered it back on at that particular point with the board. Alright. We are plugged in to the best of my knowledge. Plugged in and the tape is there. Let's power it up and see. This is about all we have time for. And we're getting out of here. If it works, it works. And I'm glad. Okay. So far, yes. Okay. Assessment wrong. It was not the display. So there, by checking the original display that came out of this customer's computer, she's not going to be charged for another display because hers still works fine. And it just never got the signal to turn back on. And we got the display I threw in when it came in the first time to test. We get our display back. So here is her original display. Let's put it in there, snap it together, and give her a call and get out of here. Alright, I dig it. Complete wrong assessment of this screen. I thought for sure it was done. It wasn't lighting back up. It was on for a good 10-15 minutes and never turned the light back on. So we will put this in where it goes and start snapping. Maybe. We're going to go ahead, let's shut this down first before we start picking it up and unplugging it. That brings it up. Okay, shut down. Very good. All right. We need to, what, snap that back together? Snap it back together, and then that will be that for the day. We have where the hinges go together. There. And there. And then the actual across the bottom of the bezel itself. We can battery this thing and say adios. Alright, you are trouble. You're all trouble. Let's lock and unlock. That's in. I like it. We can put this customer's number phone tag back on here. Let's do that. You know what? I think that was the wrong spot. Fairly certain it was the wrong spot. We will put it here where it was. Alright. Wrap up the power cable and get out of here for the day. Anyhow, another one down. A little bit of the Friday train wreck that goes on. Running the clock out. Anyhow, thank you for joining me, hanging out. Have a good rest of your afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. It is one of those. Enjoy it. We are going to go do the day job at night. If you know about this stuff or you're into it, make videos, get it out there, share it, talk about it, get people interested. I don't see technology going away. I see it being something that is going to stick around for quite a while. Well, we got name tags all over this stuff that we have to hide. Let's do it that way so it quits flipping over on us, trying to snitch on us. HP laptop, I knew you didn't like me. I thought you liked me a little more than that. So yeah, if you're into this, get it out there, share it. If you know somebody needs it done and you do it, give them a hand. If you're one of them link clickers, you know who you are, you click that link and you made it here eventually. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you now and in the future. So I will see you Sunday for the podcast if you happen to watch that. If not, I may be back to do something on Monday. See you then.